MotorWeek is made possible by TireRack.com, RockAuto.com, and State Farm.
When the Porsche Cayenne arrived in the U.S. for 2003, it brought ashore a major dose of high performance unknown to SUVs of the time. Now the new 2020 Porsche Cayenne Coupe continues that tradition with added style and substance. Up front, it's still classic Cayenne using the same chassis and powertrains. Out back, the swift roof of a 5-door coupe signals this is a Cayenne with a difference. During our first drive in Austria, we slipped into a well-balanced Cayenne S Coupe with its 434 horsepower 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 and the more than stout 541 horsepower Cayenne Turbo Coupe with a 4-liter twin-turbo V8. A smooth 8-speed Tiptronic S and all-wheel drive are included. Porsche's active suspension management damping kept firm control of the narrow, rolling Austrian byways.
Sitting here in the driver's seat, you naturally have a high commanding view of the road, but that's really where the utility part ends and the sportiness begins. Power pours out of the engine with that true Porsche prowess we've seen before. The steering is precise and it has a nice amount of heft for enthusiastic driving. And the Cayenne Coupe goes through the curves with the balance and stability of a vehicle much closer to the asphalt.
The lower, sleeker roofline begins at the A-pillar, sloping to a redesigned rear fascia. Along with the roof spoiler is an adaptive rear spoiler extending 5.3 inches when the speedometer hits 56 miles per hour. The Sport Chrono package is standard with a Sport Response button unleashing a boost of serious passing power for 20 seconds. While coupish designs look appealing, inside is where it matters. Engineers lowered the rear seats by a little more than an inch, creating more than adequate head and legroom in the second row. Meanwhile, practicality was not completely thrown out for style, as cargo capacity drops only 5 cubic feet. We've seen this cockpit before in the third-gen Cayenne, with controls readily at hand and a 12.3-inch HD infotainment screen quickly responding to your touch. Among numerous options is the lightweight Sport package that replaces the fixed glass roof with a cool-looking unpainted carbon fiber top. The 2020 Porsche Cayenne Coupe, now looking more like what we think a Porsche should, starting at just over $75,000. The Cayenne Coupe arrives this fall.